And now, Dr. Perez.
Thank you very much, Trustee Andrew Hoffman. What an inspirational story when I first heard it. Represents so much of what Los Angeles Mission College and our district and what community colleges as a whole is all about. I have the distinct pleasure to introduce Sydney Heifler. Sydney is a graduate or alumnus of Los Angeles Mission College from 2013. One of the things we wanted to do this year for our keynote speaker was to find somebody from Mission, a recent graduate, that went on and, as we all agree, soar like an eagle, because we're eagles here and we have much in front of us that we're commencing a whole new future for ourselves. So Sydney transferred to the University of California, Davis, up north, and she got her baccalaureate at UC Davis in history. She was an honors student here at Los Angeles Mission College under the tutelage and guidance of our professors, Professor Mike Fenton and others. And she was able to transfer and pursue her dreams. I'll let her tell more her story, but the bottom line is she dreamt big and she followed her dreams. She published later a whole piece around romanticism and romantics in comic books in the United States. It was so well received that she then took that further to go on for her graduate studies at Oxford University in England, which she's going to start this summer. So having said all that, she represents what LA Mission College graduates are all about. When we went searching for a graduate, there were so many to choose from. There were so many stories like Sydney's. But the committee said, this year we want to focus on this young lady who gave of herself, followed her dreams, and continues to dream. So it's my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Sydney Heifler.
Thank you for that wonderful welcome. So, good evening, President Perez, members of the board, honored platform members, thank you, faculty, family, friends, and this outstanding class of 2017 graduates. Today we're here to honor you and your dedication to achieving academic success. It is a privilege to stand before you. Now, when I was invited to give this speech, I wondered what I would say to you. I'm not that old. I do not possess great wisdom on the mysteries of life. I cannot provide you with a list of what is important and what is not, or what will bring you the greatest happiness. However, I do know something about failure and success, as I've experienced both. When I arrived here in February 2009 at Mission College, I felt a failure. I was 5 classes behind in math. I had never written a paper. I did not have a proper high school education. If somebody told me that I'd be graduating from a UC with top marks, published, with my research being used in a UC's curriculum, research, by the way, that was started here at Mission, and heading to Oxford for my master's to complete that research on romance comic books, I would have not known how to believe them. But luckily for me, the academic staff and professors here at Mission believed in me. When I dropped my first English class out of fear of failure, my professor emailed me and asked me to re-enroll. When I told Professor Ferris I didn't know how to write a research paper, he emailed me and said, well, let's see what we can do. And they proceeded to help me over countless office hours, and also he put up with my very interesting interpretation on the use of a semicolon. I'm sorry. When I was accepted to my first honors conference through the honors program here at Mission, Dr. Fenton and Professor Ferris worked with me for hours to help me perfect my presentation. Mission also instilled in me a love for my community. With the help of Professor Paulson, Dr. Cannon, and Robert Crossley, I established the Classical Music Club, through which I learned the dedication outside the classroom and the dedication to your community is just as important as academic success. I thank you for this. Now, I remember how proud I was when it was my time to leave Mission. I followed all the steps. I achieved the necessary grades, and I was on the way to a UC with a top scholarship. I was also extremely terrified. Past success does not always guarantee future success, and that hard reality was staring me in the face. However, having a good foundation means you can build a future. And the professors here at Mission invested in me, and in doing so, they helped me build a wonderful foundation. So, all of you members of the Mission College graduating class of 2017, congratulate yourselves. You have built your foundations, and I am proud of you for it. You prepared yourselves for the next steps of your lives. Now it's time for some advice. It's not always going to be easy, but remember that this part of your life wasn't always easy either. And it will get messy. There's no escaping that. But life has a way of getting messy whether or not you're pursuing your dreams. And there'll be times when you think you've overestimated yourself, as I did when I arrived to UC Davis, and I found that most of my peers at the UC Davis History Department could speak 3 to 5 languages. One was using the Rosetta Stone as part of his honors thesis, and I could speak 1.5 languages at best. There will also be times when you realize you've underestimated yourself, such as today, as you finish your journey here at Mission, or when I finished my first 1,000-page reading assignment at UC Davis. History professors are harsh. Keep that in mind. Also, I like to remind you that you should celebrate your successes, but more importantly, welcome your failures because they mean that you tried. And it's the trying, not the success, that's the hard part, as it requires bravery, strength, and effort. And remember that if you don't try at all, you've already lost it. Besides, you've already proven that you can achieve something. Look where you are today. But the most important tip I can give you is to trust yourself and do not worry what others think of your dreams. If I had listened to the admonishments of others, I would have not come to Mission, I would have not completed college, and I would not be standing here today. So remember, you have taken your first step, and there's always a second step after that. I encourage you to make it a big one. You're about to walk in your ceremony to receive your AA degrees, and you are rooted in that legacy. Next will be your bachelor's degrees, your master's degrees, PhDs, and careers. You're running towards academic success and are prepared to succeed in all that you do. So congratulations, keep up the good work, and thank you.
Thank you very much for those inspiring words. And now Dr. Prisvia will introduce to you